Day, everyone. Welcome to all our students. I'm Chantal Adams, the student counselor at the Western Cape campus, and I'd like to welcome you to our session today, presented by our student mentor. So our counseling unit at the Cape Town campus based in Parow, we run a student mentor program where final year students or postgrad students can volunteer at our center, and part of the volunteer program is mentoring. So our mentor today, Carlin Jacobs, is with us, and she's the presenter for today. And you would have received the invite. We're looking at employability skills and career issues related to the field of IT. So you all might be spread across different qualifications. I know the invite was sent to some BSc computing or information systems, informatics, business informatics students. So maybe we can just start the session. You can just indicate in the chat function what you are registered for, so we can get a sense of who is in our audience today. So the program will start with Colin's presentation, and then at the end of the session, you can just raise your hands and I'll mute your mic and your videos so that you can just share with us your comments, your questions, any feedback, concerns that you have. You're also welcome to make use of the chat function throughout the presentation, and we will address all of the questions or concerns in the chat function and at the end of the session. So I hope you find the session today useful and meaningful, and take full advantage of Colin's experience and expertise. Engage with her, pose your questions or concerns you have as a student. And with that, I'd like to welcome you to today's session. I'm going to turn off my mic and camera, and Colin will take the floor.
Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Colin, an IT student at UNISA, and like you, I'm on a mission to crack the code on a successful career. And that's why I'm excited to dive into our first presentation on understanding the IT job market and skill development. I'm almost done with my diploma, and I'm hoping to get an internship next year as a software engineer. So trust me, I know firsthand how confusing it can be to figure out your next steps. So let's tackle this together and learn how to navigate ourselves. So I'll be sharing my screen now, my presentation. Okay, so the field of IT is incredibly dynamic and constantly evolving. So it's constantly evolving. It's not just a key player in driving economic growth and innovation globally, but also here in South Africa. So today we'll dive into how the IT sector operates, what skills are in demand, and how you can prepare yourselves to thrive in this exciting industry. So let's get started. So on the next slide, the topics for today. We'll start by diving into why employability is crucial. Then we'll explore what's happening right now in the IT job market, what roles are hot, and what skills are in demand. We'll also talk about the latest tech trends shaping the industry. Practical experience is key, so we'll discuss ways you can gain that hands on. Towards the end, I'll share some useful resources and links. And by the time we wrap up, you'll have a solid grasp of where the IT job market stands and what steps you can take to position yourself as a competitive candidate. So, this session kicks off a series of 3 presentations focusing on employability skills for IT students. So, the second presentation will tackle networking strategies, building your professional profile, and mastering those job interviews. After that, we'll dive into the world of IT certifications, continuing education, and job search tactics. So, importance of employability. So, South Africa's tech scene is totally booming right now, and there are tons of awesome jobs for IT grads. But guess what? Knowing your stuff isn't enough. You need to have those people skills too. And this is what we call employability skills. These are the things like how you talk to people, working a team, and handle pressure. They just as important as your coding skills when it comes to landing that dream job. So employability is about crafting a career that really suits you. And always remember what Steve Jobs said: stay hungry, stay foolish. And that means always being eager to learn new things, staying adaptable, and constantly pushing yourself to improve. So in the tech industry, things change super fast. So staying ahead means mastering new skills and keeping an open mind. So IT job market trends in SA. So maybe in the chat box, you can give me an idea of what you think is driving the IT job market, or things that maybe I'm going to discuss that you don't agree with, or maybe what you think is bigger than the other one. So, what is driving the IT job market? So, in SA, the IT job market can seem a bit puzzling at first glance. Big changes are underway that are shaking up how tech jobs are structured. Tight budgets and new technologies are redefining how businesses operate and get work done. Companies are looking to save costs while seeking out professionals skilled in the latest tech advancement. So this means tech workers need to keep their skills sharp and be ready to adapt. So skilled IT students and professionals will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in shaping the future of SA companies. However, there's a flip side to this growth. So the number of applications for tech jobs has tripled in the past year, making it tougher than ever to land interviews and actually pass them successfully. So, to navigate this competitive landscape, companies need to get creative in retaining top talent, while job seekers must focus on acquiring the right skills. So, for us students, understanding the tech job market in 2024 is extremely crucial. So as you can see, artificial intelligence is now integral across almost every industry, driving roles like AI product manager, computer vision engineer, AI solutions architect, and more. And then meanwhile, the evolving cybersecurity threat landscape has created a pressing need for cybersecurity analysts, machine learning engineers, and others who can extract insights to guide business decisions. And then cloud computing continues to expand, leading to high demand for cloud architects and engineers and administrators who can manage and innovate cloud based infrastructure. And then lastly, blockchain technology. So it was once synonymous with cryptocurrency, has found applications in finance, education, and consulting. And it has roles like blockchain developer, product manager, and solutions architect. So, in this dynamic environment, staying informed about these trends and acquiring the relevant skills will be key to navigating and succeeding in the SA IT job market. So, on the next slide, the growth areas in IT. So maybe in the you can pop your answers in the chat box of, are you guys aware of any new technologies that are being used in the industry, and do you guys make use of any of these new technologies? So what are the world changing technologies that every IT professional should know and be prepared for? So artificial intelligence is the hottest trend right now. Companies are starting to see how AI can make everything more efficient and productive, which means there's a growing need for IT specialists. And generative AI are expected to change sectors like healthcare, education, finance, and agriculture. So most AI jobs are actually popping up in Gauteng and then followed by the Western Cape. Internet of Things, so IoT. So SA's IoT market is actually one of the fastest growing in Africa. In manufacturing, it's helping streamline operations and cut costs, and cities are using IoT for smart transportation and public safety. So, and the agriculture and energy sectors are actually adopting IoT for things like animal tracking and smart grids. And then blockchain. Blockchain, also known as distributed ledger technology, DLT, is another key area to watch. So every organization needs to use blockchain protocols and security to actually thrive in this digital age. So incorporating blockchain standards helps create applications that are trustworthy, reliable, and scalable, and ensuring the long-term success for businesses. And then on the next slide, technical skills. So in your opinion, do you guys have strong foundational skills? You can maybe pop a yes or no answer in the chat box. So, foundational skills every IT student should know. So, these are the ones on the left. So, it would be computer hardware. So, I would suggest getting familiar with basics like CPU, RAM, hard drives, and motherboards, and then operating systems. So maybe know your way around Windows, Linux, and Mac OS operating systems. And then networking basics. So understand networking protocols, IP addresses, subnets, and DNS, and learn the ins and outs of LAN, WAN, switching, and routing. And then for IT service management, um, learn how IT services are designed, delivered, and also very important, improved to meet business needs. And then IT troubleshooting skills, practice identifying and fixing common hardware and software issues. Maybe in the family, if an uncle or aunt is struggling, um, be ready to help. So these are the core skills you need to kickstart your IT career. Then the ones on the right would be your in-demand skills every IT student should know or be willing to learn. So programming languages. So learn at least one. Learn either Python, Java, JavaScript, C++, and SQL. uh, Cloud computing, get to know AWS or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud, and understand infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And then your software and DevOps tools, explore tools like Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Git, and GitHub, which are very important. And then for data science, understand data analysis, machine learning, how to collect and visualize data, and especially big data, and tools like Power BI. And then in the cybersecurity space, learn about network security, protecting information, using Linux and firewalls, antivirus software, and encryption. And in the machine learning and AI, you can dive deep into deep learning and how AI is changing tech. So these are the skills that are high in demand currently and will give you a big advantage in your IT career. So on the next slide would be your soft skills, which for me is the critical and most important aspects of who you are and your career. So in your opinion, are you guys comfortable and confident in your soft skills? And maybe you can pop in the chat which one you feel you need to be working on and which one you think aren't actually here that I did not mention. So I'll only be discussing a few, which I think is most important. I'll start with adaptability skills. So being adaptable means that you are ready to learn and grow with the changes, and which will make you a valuable player in the tech scene. And then problem-solving skills. So South Africa has a unique tech challenges, and from infrastructure issues to innovative needs in various sectors. So being a great problem solver means you can tackle these challenges head on and produce creative solutions and actually make a real impact. And then I'd like to discuss communication as well. So in South Africa's diverse work environment, being able being able to talk and listen well is crucial, whether you're explaining your code to a colleague or presenting a project to a client. Clear and respectful communication helps bridge cultural gaps and ensures everyone understands each other. Then I'd also like to highlight volunteering skills. So, volunteering in local tech communities or social projects not only gives you hands on experience, but also connects you with like minded professionals, and it shows potential employers your commitment to growth and community. So, embracing these soft skills will not only make you more employable, but also help you thrive in South Africa's diverse tech culture. Okay, so the next slide, practical experience. I have another question for you guys. Do any of you have an active online portfolio? It could be a LinkedIn page that you're actively posting on, or a website where you guys are hosting your projects on. You can pop your answers in the chat box for us to all see. And then So you can start by community-based projects. So UNISA has a cool community-based project in many modules for undergrads, where you get to work on real-world projects that help the community, like giving computer training, designing websites for nonprofits, or helping with STEM subjects. And then internships and work experience. So companies like Amazon and Life Choices Academy, it's a chance to apply what you've learned in class to real world situations. And then part-time jobs, you can look for part-time IT jobs such as tech support, web development, or data entry. Think about jobs in IT departments, web design agencies, or you could even freelance. And then under extracurricular curricular activities, get involved in hackathons or coding competitions, and especially work on your own projects like building a website or creating an app. And then outreach and community engagement. Participate in activities like IT literacy training, supporting tech use, and educating people about IT impacts. So get involved with your church, schools around in the community, or tutoring programs. And then lastly, certifications and online courses. It's very important to boost your skills with certifications. You can access them through MOOC or Udemy, and you guys should check out Forage for job simulations that give you a taste of real world work scenarios. So stay sharp in the fast-paced tech world by following industry news, joining online communities, and attending webinars and conferences, and always have fun doing it. Okay, so that we have concluded. You can maybe let me know what you have learned and what you'd like to still know. And here are some resources, some intern opportunities. You can click on this link to go to Go Careers. Intern company, Life Choices Academy, you can check them out on this link. And free courses on the MOOC website. And this is the footage where you can participate in job simulations. And then please access UNISA's Employability Prepare for Opportunities PDF by clicking on this link. And if you guys like to contribute to open source projects on GitHub, please follow this link. And then on this slide, if you'd like to book a online session with a student counselor, please click on this link. And if you'd like to email Western Cape counselors, this is the email you should use. And if you guys would like to email Chantal Adams, you can use her own personal email address over there. And please click this link if you guys would like any extra resources or links to understanding which career you'd like to branch off in the IT sector and any other career resources. There we go. That's it. That's me, Chantal.
Thank you so much, Colin. I told the students that they must just sign the register. Someone was asking about the ease of access in terms of the links that's in the presentation. So I will, I'm going to email the recording of today's event, but I'm also going to email the presentation, your presentation to them so they can click on the links. It's easier to access the links. Some of the students in the chat function made comments about two drivers. It could be web development and e-commerce, maybe. Do you think those would count as factors, two drivers? You were asking a question earlier on.
I think
yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry, I think it faded off there for a bit.
Okay. So one of the students was just commenting about the two drivers. You were asking a question about the drivers, and this one student commented to say it could be web development and e-commerce. Do you think?
Yes, definitely. I definitely agree, especially with small businesses that want to go online and also convert their business to a e-business online for everyone to access. So that could definitely be a driver.
And another student commented to say, I'm not sure what to call it, but I have two projects mentioned on LinkedIn. One of them is LinkedIn linked to the GitHub page of the project, if that counts.
Yes, yes. So sometimes you can host it on GitHub, which is free for people to access. Yes, that's perfect.
You said certification. You spoke about certification. So we're doing certifications with sites like hackthesite.org or rootkit.org be worthwhile as well?
I'm not familiar with those websites, but if they do provide a certification, is it a certification of completion? Because usually those are beneficial. And while doing this certification, did you produce any project or any app? Because it's usually you did the certification, but what can you do with those skills that you have learned? So it doesn't really matter of the certification, but also what you produced. Like, was it an app? Was it a database? So maybe just highlight. You can add the certification to your portfolio or your LinkedIn page, but emphasize what you did with that course.
Thank you for the feedback, Colin. Another student just commented to say that they've learned the most from the portfolio slide.
Okay, that's really great. That's great.
And the student who was asking about the certification, he says, yes, certification of completion, busy looking for further development in the cyber security sector.
That's really nice. That's a really big sector. I can share maybe some sites that you can get certifications for that, because if I'm not wrong, usually with cybersecurity certifications you have to pay for them. So I'm not sure if you get any free ones, but you can try to maybe do free courses on MOOCs to get an idea if you would like to further branch off into that sector.
Hmm. Okay. I just want to remind the students to sign the attendance register so you can get a copy, the recording and the presentation, so you can access the links. And then also just give us some feedback on the evaluation form regarding the content and the presentation today, as well as further topics. This is the first part of a 3-part series. Perhaps, Colin, just remind them about what the next topics will be covering.
Yes, so the next topic will be about networking, portfolio building. We'll go into depth about that, and interview preparation. And then the third presentation would be about certifications, continuing education, and job search strategies. So you can fill the evaluation form in, and then we'll also send you a reminder for when those webinars will be available.
Brilliant. So the date, maybe we should share with them. We haven't set the date for your next presentation, eh? We still need
No,
to
we
do
haven't.
that.
We still have to do that, yes.
Okay, so we should do that very soon. Let me also just put a reminder. The dates for part 2 and 3. So we will, Colin and I will just confirm the dates that you'll present the next 2 topics, so that I can include those dates in the email to those who've attended today.
Yes.
And then also you will notice on the attendance register, there was also a question, the last question in the attendance register just asks us for your name, surname, and your My Life email. But also the last question asks about, do you want to participate in further mentoring discussions? So outside of the formal presentations and the mentoring, these online sessions that Colin is doing, you also have the option of meeting outside of the space with Colin. If there's any topics, maybe you want to further develop your portfolio and want tips on how to do that, or to see examples of what your portfolio could look like or what to include, then you could meet with outside of the space for additional mentoring. Maybe you want mentoring on interview skills. Maybe you want some role plays. So there's different ways in which Colin is also able to provide you the additional support that you need, so that you're not just walking away from UNISA with that piece of paper, that degree, but also the additional skills and graduate skills that you require in order to make yourself more employable and increase your chances of securing employment. I think that's the most important part of these mentoring sessions. We are aware, I was just driving in the car to work yesterday and listening to the radio about the unemployment rate. That's largely why I don't like to watch the news or the radio. It's just such a lot of negativity. But also the reality of graduate unemployment rates. Um, I've now come to use TikTok in different ways, and I've stumbled upon videos on TikTok of our graduates in our country, displaying the before and after. So the before pictures and videos would be of them obtaining their degree in their cap and gown at graduation. And the after picture would be them sweeping pep stores or sweeping outside ShopRite. So our graduate unemployment rates are high. And so, wow, we want to offer you the support that you need in order to not only secure employment, but also maintain employment. So we are aware also, companies, if you do become an intern at a company, the companies give us feedback in terms of the graduates' performance. And some of the companies are not impressed with the um, work ethic, let's call it work ethic of some of our students. So those are the additional skills that we want to assist you with developing, because a skill is something that can be developed with time and practice and support. So we are here. I'd like you to take full advantage of the opportunity to make use of our services and make use of Colin's offer to mentor you outside of this mentoring space. I don't see any further comments in the chat function. Do you have any comments to make, Colin?
No, I'm happy with everything you said. Thank you so much for all the answers and interaction on the group. But yeah, thank
All
you
right.
guys. Thank you everyone for attending.
Thanks so much,
Eh,
Colin.
Thank you.
So I'd like to thank all of our students for attending, to our presenter, our student mentor, Colin, for presenting and for the lively engagement on the chat function. I have unmuted your mics and cameras. I don't see any comments. Does any student want to say something, comment, or have a question or concern? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like our IT students are very well-contained students. I always find it such a pleasure to work with them. So thank you so much. Thanks everyone for attending, and just make sure you sign the attendance register so we can stay in contact, send you the dates of the additional part 2 and part 3 of this career series. And then you also have our contact details if you want to have further mentoring sessions with Colin. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Colin. And with that, I close the program for today.
Thank you.